right, and welcome to the phonics stage of ABC Journey. Let's go ahead and start this video out looking at the different sounds of the English language. Now, we've already talked about there being 26 letters in the English alphabet. That's all we've got to work with. And that's because back in the day, when the early educators and founders of our educational system were deciding on what alphabet to use, Pascal used the Latin alphabet and slightly changed it to accommodate the English language. The problem is with English, we have 45 different sounds. So you would think that with 45 different sounds in the English language that we would have 45 different symbols, 45 different letters, but that's not the case. The problem is in English, we have actually more ways to write those sounds. We have roughly 70 different ways to write those sounds, and those are called phonograms. That's just a fancy word of saying letters or combinations of letters that stand for a sound. So in English, we have roughly 70 phonograms, ways to write the different sounds of our language. Now, phonics is a good idea. It's helpful. It's a tool that helps us to visualize the sounds, put our spoken language on paper, but it's not perfect. It's a stepping stone. In Webster's Speller, he taught that these letters made different sounds, but he also didn't stay there. He didn't just say, just learn phonics and you're good to go. Eventually, he went to the syllable stage where he showed that consonants needed vowels before and after them to really produce the correct sounds. So we're going to start off with the 26 letters of the alphabet and the different sounds that they can make, and then move on to the more complex letters, 2, 3, or 4 letter combinations as well. So some letters, some phonograms will have more than one sound, and in that case, I will say their sounds in the order of frequency. So for instance, this A phonogram here, it can make 3 sounds: a, ah. Now the reason why I said a first is just simply because there are more words in English where the A makes the a sound and more than the A sound. You could very well learn it in the other order with the long A sound at the beginning. And that's what Webster and educators of the past did. They taught the letters with the long sound first. So they would say the first sound of the letter is its long sound, A. So modern day phonics teachers, we teach a, ah in that order just because of the frequency that we see it in the English language. Okay. So that's why they're in their specific order. Some phonograms will only have one sound, some will have multiple sounds. So let's go ahead and go through them now. A, ah. B, k, s, d, e, f, g, j, I. Now on the back of these flashcards, once you print them out, you'll see on the back that there's a portion for the parents and for the child. The parent has the different sounds of the phonogram, a, ah in this case. If you forget the order or the sounds, go ahead and come to the back, and there are also example words with those sounds in them. So a, ah, cat, baker, father. The child doesn't need to see these words. This is just for your reference, so you know the sounds that this phonogram makes. Once you go through this several times with your child and they would like to do it by themselves, you can just simply show them the flashcard and have them say the sounds of the flashcard and then help them where they're making mistakes. All right, let's continue. J, k, l, n, a, o, u, p, qu, r. Now, quick note about the Q. Q is always followed by a U in English. I simply put Q here just to make it simple, but Q will be followed by U and make the sound qu. S, z, t, u, v, y, e, I, z. Okay, and that finishes up the simple phonograms. Let's move on to the multiple letter phonograms. A, R, ah, off, ah, a, ch, k, sh, sh, k. J, e, a, ed, d, t, e, a, e, I, a, u, u, a, e, n, e, I, n, o, oi, oo, o, or, ow, o, oo, o, oo, uff, off, ah, ow, o, oi, sh, sh, zh, ch, th, sh, oo, w, Okay, and that finishes up the phonograms. When you go ahead and print these flashcards out, I recommend using over 250 weight paper. That just assures that your child won't be seeing through the card. If you use normal printer paper, it's not actually thick enough and the letters will show through. These are the basic sounds. Let's go ahead and practice now with the flashcards. If you print out the flashcards, go ahead and practice with a consonant like B and put the letter A after it. So we have B and A, and let's make these sounds and start to blend them together. Point to the letters and tell your child, B, A, bay. Now change the vowel to be the E, B and E. It says B, E, B. B and I, say by. B and O, bow. B and U, boo. Okay? And then you can also do B with a Y at the end as if it's a vowel and say B, I, by. So the Y here and an I will have the same sound. Now, when you're finished doing that, you can change the consonant to a D, or another consonant, an F, a G. But when we come to the C and the G, there's some special rules. Now for C in English, if a C is followed by E, I, or Y, it's going to have its soft sound, its S sound. So C-A will say K-A, K. But when it's E, C-E, it will say C. When it's I, C-I, it will say Psy. C-O would be K-O. And then the U, C-U would be Ku. And then when C and Y, it would be Psy again. So C is special in that when E or Y, I or Y follow the C, it says it's soft sound. Now with the letter G, sometimes it will say it's soft sound, sometimes it will say it's hard sound. So practice doing both. You can do G, A, G, E, G, I, G, O, G, U, G, Y, and just say it with its hard sound, gay, gee, guy, go, goo, guy. And you can also try it with the soft sound after the E, I, and Y. You'd say gay, G, jai, go, goo, jai, like that. So C and G are special in that they are affected by E, I, or Y at the end. Okay, so go ahead and do the consonants followed by vowels all the way through. Those are called open syllables in that the syllable ends with a vowel and the mouth is open. Bay, bee, bye, bo, boo. Okay, now let's switch and do closed syllables where we have the vowel first followed by a consonant. So we have A and B says it's short sound. A, b, ab. Then switch. A followed by a C. You say ack. A followed by a D. Ad. And so on. So do this with the flashcards and practice it with your child. This is the basics of phonics, and that's really all there is to learning the foundational part of phonics. Is each letter makes certain sounds, and when we put them together, they do special things. Okay? Some of them blend, some of them will change the sound based on what comes before it or after it. So for now, just try the simple practice of open and closed syllables, and that's phonics. So I hope this has been helpful for you. I will see you in the next lesson.